Hi, I'm Kaylin Brett, and I am very excited for this new school year to be starting. I wanted to take a few minutes to introduce myself, but also then to go through the course and kind of go through just the expectations and what students can expect for this school year. So this is actually going to be my 10th year teaching, and all 10 years of teaching, I have taught AP US history. I absolutely love this class. I actually took AP US history when I was also a junior in high school, and so I definitely have the ability to empathize with the kids during this course and definitely during the amount of workload that this course does entail. I went to the University of Texas where I majored in history, and I also got my certification through the UTeach program. And then I also received my master's from the University of Texas as well in social studies curriculum. And I also then went ahead and got my master's in educational administration too. So I am a truly committed educator. I have wanted to be a teacher my entire life. And I truly believe in continuing your education even after you go through your traditional coursework and through college and so forth. I believe that we should be lifelong learners, and I hope to instill that in our students. So I wanted to go ahead and take you through the blend course because with virtual learning, obviously everything is going to be online for the foreseeable future for now. Obviously, with the hope that things will return to the classroom as soon as possible, and kind of show you some of the tools and resources that we are providing for our students to make sure that they can be successful in this course. So with our blend page, this is just a little fun profile to kind of get to know things about me. I hyperlink the posters to some cool resources. And of course, I have two dogs that I adore, and your students will hear plenty about them. So, with our homepage, every week I plan to have the weekly agenda for students to easily be able to hop on and see what to expect. Basically, everything will be hyperlinked so that they can have a one stop shop of just knowing what they need to do as they go through the weeks to come. Now, with our homepage, we also have lots of cool resources to help students navigate the coursework, as well as just resources to help them if they run into any issues. So I'll go through the syllabus just briefly of what to expect with the course. We also obviously need to utilize College Board. This is where we will have the AP test registration, the administration of the AP test as well. Our textbook is accessed here. Any tech support that the kids or parents are running into, we have some help of where to go if they're having issues. We also have the rules about expectations on completing assignments and assessments. Bowie has a pretty clear expectation and a pretty set guideline on what plagiarism is and the basically consequences if that case is to arise. And then I also have a little bit about me for you to learn a little bit more about myself. So with Zoom, we will primarily be teaching class every day through Zoom as long as we are virtual. We will also have a clear, easy access to get to the curriculum, any help or issues that you need, and then family resources to navigate our virtual learning as well. I have my schedule here and then also the APUSH team. These are the three teachers at Bowie High School that teach AP US History, which we call APUSH for short. And with the AP US History team, we all three of us have a very coherent and strong alignment between the three of us. We plan every single thing together down to the minute. So my class looks exactly the same as Mr. Lauer's and Miss Floyd's. And we also really do love student sharing. So when we have fit sessions, we actually, the three of us, plan our fit sessions so that we are meeting the needs and the skills of all of our students. And we will have a fit calendar available so that once we plan them, we'll put the Zoom links in that fit session. So if I'm doing help for reviewing for a test and Miss Floyd's doing help on writing skills for essays and Mr. Lauer's doing another skill, we advertise who is doing what so that the kids can go to the fit session that they find most useful. So this is our homepage. Everything for the most part will be linked and clear cut. So just quickly kind of want to run through our syllabus and what to expect for AP US History. With our syllabus, we will see that the guidelines, kind of the differences between US history and AP US History. So with our syllabus, we have it hyperlinked in here, and we are going to go through this with the students on the first day of school. So one of the coolest things about AP US History is that it actually covers the entirety of US history. We start in the early 1400s, before European exploration into the Americas, and talk about the beginnings of the United States with colonialism, and we go all the way to present day. Now, this is not the U.S. history curriculum for juniors. This is actually a combination of 8th grade U.S. history and 11th grade U.S. history. So we are covering 2 courses in one school year. With that being said, the cool thing about it is that kids can actually get 2 college credits from this. There are only 2 AP tests that students can actually get 2 college credits, and this is one of them. So most universities, you can earn up to 6 hours of college credit, and pretty much every university requires U.S. History Part 1 and U.S. History Part 2 as your core classes, your basics that you have to take with your degree plan. And so this is a great way to get college credit. And the AP test is exactly the same cost as all the other tests, even though this one can get extra credit. So with that being said, junior curriculum, United States history, where academic level juniors start, is after the Civil War. So there's a whole lot of extra content that we cover in AP US history, but the thing I love about that is that we can actually really draw on connections, making connections from present day to all the way back in the foundings of the United States. So it's a wonderful course to really understand and truly dive into U.S. history and the trends that we have seen in this country, and also obviously the benefit of getting extra college credit. As far as instruction, we will be having mostly on Zoom, and we are definitely working on ways to engage the Zoom structure so that it's not just sitting in an hour and a half long class and listening to me talk. We will definitely be doing group activities. We will be doing some independent working time and so forth. So pretty much everything will be on Blend. Definitely how we're going to communicate and get all of our information out. Every single unit will have a calendar. We are very passionate about keeping these kids organized. We know that 8 classes, especially with a lot of students taking multiple AP classes, staying organized is going to be crucial. So we will be having a clear-cut calendar of what things are due, what we're covering, and I always go over the calendar every day in class. So every unit will have a set of terms that are necessary for students to learn. I tend to cover most of them in class, but there may be a handful that they need to look up on their own using their textbook, or Google, Wikipedia works as well. And then those terms will be quizzed over. And so the quizzes typically have a combination of the terms, knowing the definitions, and then also some multiple choice questions over the reading. So students are expected to do reading. While we cover a lot of the broad topics and the major themes in class, we definitely need students to comprehend the content, and the amount of content can be overwhelming that they need to hear it more than once. And I will show you, they don't have to read the textbook. I'm going to show you some resources that we provide that can be easier than reading if necessary. Every unit will also have a writing guide, and this is where the AP skills really kick in. The AP test is about 65% based off of their writing. And so we focus a lot on writing skills. And one thing that, while it's painful and it can definitely be exhausting, I always have students in college saying, I still use the strategies I learned in APUSH. It's really going to set them up to be able to be confident writers in the future. And so these writing guides, in our opinion, are pretty much the most important assignment in APUSH. We practice the skills that we're going to assess on. So if the students do the writing guide, they're practicing for the test. And the writing guide is a big percentage of their overall grade. It's 15% of their grade. And we really, really stress that the writing guide is important. Now, to help I know seems like a lot of stuff to throw on these kids, but we do a lot of the writing guide in class and also in fit sessions. We really try to do as much as possible to practice the writing in class. The last thing I want to do is have students go home, think that they're doing it right, and then find out that they did it wrong. I want to make sure that I'm there to support students when they're practicing and help fix it at that time. And so we really emphasize doing the writing guide as much as we can, either in class or during fit sessions. So with tests, we typically have a test over each unit. Most of the tests basically will be writing. They will be essays or document-based questions and so forth that will focus on the content that we covered. So with our grading, because it is an AP class, 70% of the grade will come from essays, assessments, and if we're able to incorporate projects. Like I said, the writing guide was what we consider the most important. That's 15%. The quizzes are 10%. And the reading guides are 5%. So the policies for late work and makeup work and so forth, and as well with the resources as well. But that's kind of the nitty gritty of APUSH. So I want to head back to our homepage and also show you how we have things set up for each unit. Now, with our units, we want to make sure that the units are structured and easy to follow. So with that, we will have everything organized for students to easily be able to access. So again, like I said, we have our calendar, we have our writing guide. Obviously, these dates will be updated and changed as our calendar is getting updated for the start of the year, September 8th. We'll have our terms lists. We will have every single thing that we do for each block. So if a student misses a class, they can easily hop on, find the date that they missed, and see everything that was covered. With that being said, we always post the materials that we use in class. We will have every single thing that was done. We have the PowerPoints that were covered in class. We make sure to have everything available to the students so that if they need help, if they need to go back and look at something, they can. Also, all lectures will be recorded. And so if they miss class again, they can easily listen to the lecture and get caught up and keep up with the content. So with that being said, that's pretty much the AP US History course. We definitely are emphasizing this year to stay organized and to keep things as easily accessible to students so that they don't have to search and find things on Blend. However, I really like to end with talking about just junior year in general. Junior year is one of those school years that is just hard. Juniors are at the point in their life where, one, they're taking more AP classes. It's no longer pre-AP, it's now AP. It's the real deal. Also, juniors tend to be more involved in stuff. I mean, they're more involved in organizations. They're now in varsity sports. They're now presidents and co-presidents of organizations. And, these are the kids who they love to take on challenges. With that being said, though, it can definitely get overwhelming. And I see it every single year. I see it where juniors get overwhelmed and it's kind of, they crash and they, in a way, kind of give up. Or I see the opposite where juniors really take on this challenge and by, winter break, they're tackling it and they're excelling and they're taking off. So with that being said, I know that junior year is definitely exhausting. I am well aware that the amount of expectations and the amount of work that is put on these students, in some cases can be pretty eye-opening. And so my goal, number one and first and foremost, is that your students are happy and healthy. I definitely like to check in with students. Sometimes I send emails to parents if I notice a change of behavior or I notice something's going on. And with this year, especially starting off a little different and difficult, please don't think that when you get an email from me, it's automatically a bad email. I email home a lot. I will send emails through the gradebook and attach progress reports. And I do that mainly to keep you in the loop, but sometimes I do email out and to individual parents just to say, hey, it looked like someone was having a hard day and I just want to check in and let you know. Because in the end, I think the best way we can keep our kids happy and healthy is if we work together. And I think that when parents and teachers are on the same page and on the same team, the kids feel it, the kids know it, and our kids excel from it. So with junior year and AP US history, I totally encourage you to reach out to me. I love hearing from parents. I also really encourage you to, stir up the conversations at home and hear about what they're talking about in US history class, especially when we get more into modern day topics. I love when the kids come to class and they tell me about their parents' experiences or their grandparents' experiences and how they have a family connection to something that we're learning about in history. I definitely believe that this is the class that can become the most relevant to them, just because we all have a history. We all have something that connects us to the past. And I always love hearing those stories from the students. So through this course, I know it's going to be a challenge, but I know the kids are ready for it. If you have any questions at all or any concerns or just want to introduce yourself, please email me. I definitely love to get the emails. If you want to set up a phone conference or even a video conference, I am more than willing to do so. And I really look forward to working with you and your kiddos this year. Thank you.